Okay, welcome back, Toku Team. We are filming this literally just a few minutes after that last episode that last episode that we just watched. I'm awake. I'm awake. I got more coffee. I have not had enough coffee. Daylight savings time blows. But yeah, we are ready to go for our next round of episodes. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this. We're starting with a two-parter. I will say that Rangers on this rewatch of the Zordon era that I've been doing for the past year, half a year to a year at this point. Rangers knows how to do two-parters. They really do. I have, counting the one I just watched, uh, you know, from the last upload, I have 16 episodes left to watch for In Space, and I want to get through it this weekend. We'll see how that goes. But let's start this next round of episodes for this upload with the two-parter for Dark Specter's Revenge, and then the word psycho is in one of the titles. So we're getting the psychos. Easily the best Ranger team. They're just amazing. I was so stoked to see them in Mega Ranger, and I can't wait to see them again here in space. It is still so annoying to say in space. Worst fucking you can't put what is shit grammatically what does the word in count as? Yeah, kitty. Yeah. Ew. Preposition or adverb. You can't start a title with a preposition because then you hit things like saying in space. Yes, kitty. Come. Oh, come here. Hello. Hello. Oh, look at that face. Look at that face who hates being held. Yes, you do. She loves lap, hates held. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Let's kick off. No, no, lay down. Lay down, baby girl. Yeah. I can't have you screaming at me while I'm trying to watch my Power Rangers.
Go ahead, try it.
Maybe not quite yet.
I mean, it made you jello.
Andros.
Eat the jello, woman.
Everybody. You,
Can we get her some more casual clothes?
Yeah, an honorary Power Ranger.
Honorary my goddamn ass. She gets to become one next season. Although, oh my god, purple. They gave her purple. So I noticed way back at the start of the season, the little patches with like the patches on their chest of their coats reflect their Ranger colors, right? That was purple. We know in a couple of seasons we're going to get the Titanium Ranger, our first American Ranger. How awesome would it have been to have Carone be the first American Ranger and have it be a purple Ranger? They obviously picked purple because purple hasn't been used yet. I don't think even at this point, I don't think purple had even been used in the Sentai at this point, but I'm not super familiar with Showa era Ranger Sentai, so I'm not 100% on that. Still not upgraded. Did you only get one of his suits?
What are you doing? Release me, you
Oh,
fool.
maybe you are upgrading him.
Dakonda.
Why are you wearing the little doctor hat? So was the poofy hair a wig the entire time?
What a difference.
Yeah, see, how great would it have been if she... First of all, purple looks great on her. I even love that she has, like, the purple hair clip. Like, that is just a really nice touch. How great would it have been to have a purple Ranger? It is the second most underutilized color. The only other one more underutilized, I think, is orange. Not counting things like teal, which are just off-brand blue. Also, Melody must be super happy because apparently she had a shitload of time in the makeup chair for the Astronema costume. Or maybe I'm thinking of Trakina next season. You know what? I'm going to count Corona as a Ranger. That makes this a seven Ranger season. She even kind of like has like purplish lip gloss on. How many different hairstyles does she have? I fucking love it. She had curly blonde, curly blue. Her actual blonde hair, I'm assuming the blonde that she was just had earlier this episode is her actual hair. This red, gorgeous red wig. I think she had black at one point. Oh, we finally got one of our upgrades. Finally, it only took almost the entire fucking season. That also doesn't look like the same suit from the Sentai. His left arm is completely different, I think.
The impact formed a cloud of dust and water that covered the entire planet, shutting out nearly all of the sunlight necessary to sustain...
Yeah, except until fucking Dino Fury or Cosmic... Whatever the fuck season it was where they rewrote the timeline to save the dinosaurs. Because don't forget, canonically Power Rangers rewrote the timeline to save the fucking dinosaurs.
If the world is on the brink of destruction, what should our viewers be doing?
They should...
That doesn't help, sir. I mean, at least you're finally proven right about something, but that doesn't help. Oh, I like that they're carrying him away. They're taking care of him. I love my boys. So you're just Gurren Laganning this the way they did the moon. I am going to keep referencing Gurren Lagann. Not only is it the greatest anime of all fucking time, this is literally right out of an episode of Gurren Lagann. I do love seeing all the Megazords on screen together. That is always a treat. Ooh, nice. That's awesome. Adding that, showing like the fucking jet propulsion.
Today is a fine day for destruction.
Is it a countdown to destruction? Good start to a two-parter. Nice intense because we don't know what's going on with Astronema. Is she going to get brainwashed? Is she going to get cyborged? Like, we don't know what's going on. The asteroid is a little silly on its premise, but you can't go wrong with a giant doomsday threat. And I'm going to refill the coffee, and then we're just going to get right back to the part 2. I'm sleepy. And we're back. There's not enough coffee in the world to keep me awake the first couple of weeks after daylight savings time, but we are going to muddle through. We are going to endure. The Rangers aren't giving up on that asteroid. I'm not giving up on the Rangers or on coffee. God bless coffee and the cat hair that somehow ended up in my coffee, because when you have a pet, the hair gets everywhere, doesn't it? It do. Anyway, I don't remember how they're getting out of this. I would have liked it if... Now, I know that the Delta is autopiloted, but I would have liked to see, like, some of them in the Astro Megazord and some of them in the Voyager Megazord. Yes, because one Zord is going to make all the difference. Now, granted, the Mega Winger has a lot of jet propulsion, so it might actually make a difference. But he can just launch another asteroid at you, right? It's space. There's a lot of asteroids in space. It is good to see Zane again, considering he had all of 4 episodes prior to this. Hey, Andros, by the way, I had a date with your sister. It did not go well. What? Is this the abandoned landing bay district? So are the Quantrons people, or are they robots? The Piranatrons are organic, we know that. The putties are just made out of clay. The cogs are machines. Oh, he admitted it! You know what? Credit to Zane for immediately admitting that he went out on a date with Astronema and admitting that it did not go well. But what's the better argument here? I didn't know she was your sister, or I went on a date with our fucking enemy that we've been fighting for at that point, like 24 episodes. Hey, no, lay down. You gotta lay down. I have twapped you. She's purring, it's okay.
Just one date. It really wasn't anything.
He is not letting this go. I would have just brought in the little floating demon ball instead of bringing in Elgar. Okay, so I guess the Quantrons... I mean, that still doesn't confirm if they're people or robots, because they could just be robots wearing suits. I like that they have Andros wearing the silver undersuit. Because, like, Zane's the Silver Ranger. Why is he wearing the black undersuit? Ah, she got cyborged! But how much would that hurt if he just grabbed that and ripped it off the side of her face? I would assume a lot. It's probably more than skin deep. How did you rip off the undersuit? How did you fit your jacket under the undersuit? How did you rip that off and fit everything? Same questions I asked of Zane. Oh no, suitcases are one weakness. Oh no, wooden crate to the spine. Everyone's weakness. That had to fucking hurt. I really hope those suits are padded. That had to hurt. You have space surfboards. You don't need to hijack one of their rides. Fucking, I do like the domino effect they had there. You don't need to hijack two of their rides. You have your own fucking space surfboards. The door was open! The bay door was open this whole time. They could have just called the Galaxy Gliders and fucked off. The Galaxy Gliders have confirmed to travel at faster than light speed. They did not need to steal two of the... whatever, the Velocifighters? Velocifighters. I am Borg. You will be obliterated. Don't keep telling people that you have a limited number of extra lives, you fucking idiot. You know, as much of a bummer as it is to get Corone back and an honorary Purple Ranger, only to then have her go right back to Astronema, I think it works better narratively for her to still be the main villain, but now we know more about her, so now it's not just beating the main villain, it's beating the main villain and saving her. So for this last arc of the season, I think that actually works really well. As opposed to just having her be sitting around the megaship as support staff. If they had actually made an American Ranger and given her a purple in-space Ranger suit, then just have Darkonda be the main villain for the rest of the season, right? Aside from, obviously, Dark Specter. But yeah, no, I do think this works well because it raises the stakes, and it does change the status quo. Even though she's still a bad guy, it does still change the status quo by having her now be a brainwashed bad guy. So, quick intermission break, and we'll be right back for finally the premiere of the fucking Psychos. Oh, I've been waiting for this. And good morning, good afternoon, good whatever time you happen to be watching this upload. I hope you're enjoying it. We got to start with, some very nice plot-heavy episodes with that two-parter. And then, after this intermission, like I said, we're kicking off the Psychos, which, if it wasn't already obvious, are my favorite Ranger team. I do count them as a Ranger team. They have human forms. They have, monster forms as well. But no, I think they're connected to the Morphin Grid. I go into that later in other videos anyway. That'll be coming down the line after this one. So let's just wrap this intermission up with, of course, the standard blobbity blahs of, if you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, etc., etc. Thank you for watching on YouTube. I love seeing comments popping up there. And if you want to see things a month earlier from when they would be on YouTube, you can do so on the Patreon. For $1 a month, you get 1 month advance access. You don't have that 1 month delay. Like literally, if a video is uploaded to YouTube on, let's see, when would this one be uploaded? This one was uploaded to YouTube on May 17th. It's available on the Patreon April 17th. Of course, the cat is interrupting us. You also get access to the Discord. You get exclusives like Sentai crossovers. And that's all just at the entry-level $1 a month tier. And it's just, the benefits just go up from there. Yes? Yeah. The cat agrees with me. Okay, we are back from lunch. Let's finish off this upload with the introduction of the Psychos, which, just like in Mega Ranger, bringing in the Psychos is the start of the final arc of the story. And definitely something I've been looking forward to, because as I've said, the Psychos are just fucking amazing. The owl? The owl from incredibly early in Mega Ranger? You just needed a throwaway monster, didn't you? The disrespect on this man's name. Who is this man now? Get it, because that will say who. Oh my god, watch this whole thing be a simulation on the holodeck. To just add insult to holographic injury. Also, yeah, it's been practically 24 episodes. Are we finally getting back to the Ashley Andros relationship? We are. That is a that. Oh, the little head bump. That is not how coworkers check in with each other. I'm glad the romance is still going strong. Is he still teaching her telekinesis? See, okay, you know what? I gotta highlight this, though. Adele actually hired people. Adele actually has multiple staff members at the, whatever she's calling, the business formerly known as the Juice Bar. Ernie ran the place solo, but actually did pretty well because Ernie was a good dude and knew what the fuck he was doing. Stone ran the place into the fucking ground. Adele probably bought it for pennies on the dollar because Stone is a fucking idiot. But look at that, she's actually hiring people. Like a business owner. Stone literally had monkeys working for him. Which is also probably why he got shut down. Love it. I love it. I love seeing... This is even better than when they're fighting the Psychos because it's the exact same Ranger suits. Because like when it's the Rangers fighting the Psychos, that's awesome watching the two full teams going head to head. But seeing them fighting their evil mirror universe counterpart. Wait a second, which one of them just got kicked into the thing? Oh, okay, it was Andros who got kicked into the warehouse. That was a beautiful transition to Sentai footage right there. I have to give them credit for that. Yeah, see, like, this is great seeing the teams go head to head, but seeing them go against their counterpart, especially because that was fresh footage, that was fresh American footage, that was just really nice when they were fighting outside the building. Psychos are way more obedient than they were in the Sentai.
The Rangers have finally met their match.
How did you make them? Like, Astronema has just made monsters on the spot before, but how did she make the Psychos?
Where did they come from?
And where did they go? How do you know what makes you think he's the Black Ranger? Also, Astronema knows, Astronema knows who they are. Unless her brainwashing deleted the information from her brain, she knows who they are. She knows their names. She knows their identities. She saw them in civilian mode in public when she had her failed date with Zane. She doesn't... They should know. They should know who the Rangers are already. Oh, at least you only aimed for the tire, you fucking psychopath. Psycho Ranger path. Okay, now we're talking! So does insurance cover active evil Ranger?
What kind of disturbances?
Asking again, as I have multiple times, what the insurance rate situation looks like in an Ranger-occupied city. I tried to say Angel Grove and Ranger-occupied.
He's inside the old library.
The abandoned old library. Oh, get tased! Multiple get tased! Chain lightning, bitches! You're just copying... I guess it makes sense to copy the stealing power from King Javius in Mega Ranger. I was just expecting something else. Yeah, I guess that makes sense that, you know, they're going to drink... Because, you know, how else would you fight Dark Specter? But I forgot that they did that they did the same thing that the Mega Ranger Psychos did and drained the big bad guy. At least Dark Specter's more of a big bad guy than King Javius was. But can we circle back? Why the fuck don't the Psychos know who they are? Corone knows who the Rangers are. So unless like Corone is fighting the Astronema brainwashing cyborg implant, that's the only explanation I can think of. But I guess that also answers the question of how she made them. She did the same thing they did in Mega. She took DNA or some kind of connection to Dark Specter to make the Psychos. I love the Psychos. That was some fucking flawless integration of Sentai footage, that episode as well. And wrapping up this upload with a Carlos-focused episode, and I am pretty confident in assuming it's a Carlos-focused episode because Carlos's name is in the episode title, but it's also probably going to have the Psychos in some capacity or another because we have the Psychos. Use the goddamn Psychos. The surf spot. It's not the juice bar anymore. It's the surf spot. Seriously, Adele is just a better business owner than Stone was. Arguably better than Ernie was, too. So we're doing the Kenta gets his identity leaked plot, but we're giving it to Carlos because Andros isn't that stupid.
Carlos was one of my best students at Angel Grove High. This is my daughter's son.
Wait, Carlos has graduated? When did they graduate? Because Turbo started with the old team members, aside from Justin, obviously, graduating high school, and then the rest of them were still in school in the episodes once they took over as the Turbo Rangers. Then they went into space. Did they drop out of school, or did they graduate? And if they graduated, why didn't we see that? Or did they graduate early because Kaplan's an idiot? Oh my god, you're even doing the fucking photography machine. I appreciate that they're finally acknowledging that there's no good place in the juice bar and or school to morph. But also, Carlos, it clearly says photography right there. My guy. Also, none of y'all have ever given a single solitary shit before. You have morphed in the middle. Well, those were other teams, to be fair. But other teams have morphed in the middle of the goddamn juice bar, in the middle of the parking lot of the juice bar, without caring. The monster's name is Data Scammer. Does he also call you about your car's extended warranty? Seriously, when did they graduate? I think that it's safe to assume that these Rangers have graduated high school, but why was that never addressed? Also, does their family know they've just been living on a spaceship for the past year? How did this child get his email? Because why did this child ask her mother for his email? I assume she asked her mother for his email. Like his old school email that he somehow still has access to, even though apparently he's graduated. Why is this child asking his email? How did she get his email? We know why she wants his email. She wants to fucking blackmail him. Unless his email was written on the back of those photographs, that strip of photos. How did she get his email? This is just as much Carlos's fault as it was when Kenta did it. And it is so interesting how they keep shuffling around the Sentai civilian storyline when it doesn't quite make sense for Andros to do it, to do things that Kenta did. They have to give it to someone else. But then other times, like with the grandmother and the fake dating, it was perfectly fine to have Ashley and Carlos because it was Mega Yellow and Mega Black. It's just interesting. It's just really interesting.
A pager? What for?
Just in case I need you.
Because you're on call, because that's the title of the episode. Carlos on call. Also, yeah, how's she going to page him when he's out in space or in a different galaxy? A lost galaxy. How are you paging him? He was flying through fucking space. They just showed the establishing shot of the megaship flying through space. How did the pager reach? The Galaxy Glider, I made the same point in the Sentai, the Galaxy Glider can get him to and from the moon in literally seconds. This is the simplest thing out of everything she's already asked him to do. They probably got moon rocks on the megaship. Just give her one of those. I love when they cut to Sentai footage and they have, like, because that's not the same child. I don't know why I'm pointing at my screen when y'all can't see what my hand is pointing at. But when they cut to Sentai and showed Sylvie from behind, that was the Japanese child who was blackmailing Kenta. And it's so funny. Like, that's why they have the kids wear the same outfits. To make it easier to disguise when they have to use Sentai footage. You see stars all the time. You're a space ranger. That's what I'm saying. He's a space ranger. He sees stars all the time. I wonder if there would have been a way to make this Mega Black instead of Psycho Black instead of Psycho Red. Because instead of being a Mega Red focused episode, they made it a Carlos focused episode. Like, where does the line happen between what they can tweak the script to change who was the focus of the episode versus when they're, using the Sentai footage when they have to default back to whoever was the focus of the episode in the Sentai?
Be friends?
Of course. We'll always be friends.
Wouldn't be the first time Carlos was friends with a child.
I got something for you.
Justin, it was so weird that Justin that they were Justin's social circle. And yes, it is very weird that there is a parent unless they are somehow in the very high atmosphere and she is not freezing and suffocating regardless. It's so silly.
Take you up to see the moons of Jupiter.
You're taking her to fucking Jupiter, dude? It's so ridiculous that there's just no atmosphere in space, or there is atmosphere in space. It's so ridiculous I can't even comment on how ridiculous it is. Okay, that is it for this upload. Again, ignore the change in uniform, change in light levels, household BS that I had to deal with. Honestly, all in all, not a bad episode. Even by the standards of '90s acting, the kid they had for Sylvie wasn't a bad actor. Yeah, it's just so interesting because I've said it before, but you get episodes where they just point for point, shot for shot remake the Sentai. Hell, you get seasons where every episode is that. Looking at you, Samurai. But then you get ones like this where it's especially within space because Mega Red Kenta was such a goof, but Andros is such a serious character with such a you know dark and broody backstory that they can't give him a lot of the silly campy episodes like when Kenta adopted a baby monster. You can't give Andros that episode, right? So they do things like this where arguably it would make more sense for Andros to not pay attention to the fact that he's going into a photo booth to do his morph. Carlos knows what the fuck a photo booth is. He's from Earth. Presumably he knows what a photo booth is. Andros probably wouldn't know that, but then of course you hit the issue of how would a kid know who Andros is, know how to get in touch with him. Although I still ask the question, how the fuck did this small child get Carlos's email? And how did that pager reach Carlos deep in space? But yeah, looping back to my point, it is interesting seeing how they have to tweak the script to change which ranger is the focus of an episode compared to what it was in the Sentai, and how they still make that work. Like with the lines that the Psycho Red and Psycho Black had when they were arguing when they came in. It gets to the same end result of them leaving the fight, but it's a different conversation than what they had in the Sentai. Anywho, thank you for watching, as always. Like we said in the why am I always using the royal we? Like I said in the intermission, for those of you watching on YouTube, please, of course, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And if you want to see these videos a month earlier, come check out the Patreon. For $1 a month, you get early access. You get to join the Discord. You get exclusives like Sentai crossovers and Gavon Infinity, because I can't get that stuff to stay posted on YouTube. That's going to have to be a Patreon exclusive by default, probably just because it's so new. They're cracking down really hard on the copyright with it, which is a shame because I want to share my reactions with y'all. But yeah, that is it for this upload. We've got 3 uploads left for Power Rangers in Space, and then that's it. That's the end of the Zordon era. We have 11 episodes left, and then it's the end of the Zordon era. That feels bittersweet, I'm not gonna lie.